What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back. This is your rant and review, I should say, of Big Brother Season 23, what episode will be? Episode 11, I think. Let me tell y'all something. I think this is probably one of the best seasons of Big Brother in a couple of years, because y'all know that usually by this time, I'm already starting to feel some kind of way. Some people done got on my nerves. Some moves ain't being made. People are playing the game like they scared to play Big Brother. But let me tell you something. These players are playing Big Brother. Do you hear me? Even Frenchie, who went home too early, he was playing a little bit too hard. But let's be clear, a lot of what Frenchie said is coming to pass. I told y'all that already. Did he not say that Brent was a douche? Yes, he did. Did he not say that y'all needed to look out for Christian and Alyssa? Yes, he did. Oh, he was on it. He just was too aggressive. I think if Frenchie had not won HOH, that very first HOH, Frankie would still be in the house, and he actually would probably be one of the fans. He was actually a fan favorite anyway. He just was doing too much. Frankie blew up his own game, and he did a little bit. He was playing too hard, but neither here nor there. I'm going way off. The HOHs have been playing good strategic games. The people they've been going after, and it's been very clear until this week. So this week, when we have no clear target, now the games really begin, because now it's about who are we going to go after and why. And again, when you add in the fact that there's a team element to this, it just, y'all, I am loving this season. Loving it. So let's talk about this episode. So we know that the Kings are in charge yet again, second week in a row. And thank y'all for letting me know in the comments. I'm sure they said it in the instructions. I just didn't hear it. But because Christian actually placed the last piece on, Christian is HOH. Now, that is dangerous for a couple of reasons. Because just like in all showmances, we don't have one HOH. We have two HOHs because him and Alyssa, right? We'll come back to that. I'm sure that's going to play itself out later on in the week. So now we're trying to figure out who are we going to target and why. So you have Xavier in the room who is advocating for who he needs to advocate for in the cookout without looking obvious, because Kings don't know he's in this other alliance, right? But we also have this Royal Flush alliance. So Christian can't really target anybody that's in that alliance. And because there are so many people in this damn Royal Flush alliance, your options are really, really limited. So the names that are popping up are Whitney, which everybody's cool with Whitney going home because Whitney's name has been bouncing around for 2 weeks. But the other name is Hannah. And Xavier is like, I don't like the fact, or thinking about the fact, that Hannah is on the block at all. One, because she's on the cookout alliance with me, and two, I really like her. I look at her like a little sister. I got an affinity for her, not in a sexual way, but I really, really like her, and I'm really just not here for her going home. So he is, and I like what he did, because he wasn't too obvious, but he was really trying to steer them away from Hannah. But Sarah was like, listen, Hannah is a threat to me. Hannah is smart. Hannah is physical. And I think Hannah is smarter than what we giving her credit for. Like, y'all acting like she is. I see it. I see her. She see me. We see each other. I don't have no beef with Hannah, but I see that Hannah is going to be a player that I don't want to deal with in 2 or 3 weeks from now. Then, Alyssa's saying the same thing. Listen, Hannah's smart. Hannah's a threat. Like, she's a silent assassin over there. Y'all need to not be playing around. Y'all need to be taking that seriously, because Hannah is a threat, right? So Xavier was like, okay. So then they bring in the rest of the Royal Flush Alliance. And again, you have Tiffany, who's trying to steer them away from Hannah. I mean, from Hannah without being obvious about it. But at the same time, kind of like, But of course, whose name starts bouncing around again? Brittany. I said, listen, I like Hannah, but I'd rather see Hannah go up than Brittany again. That would be just cruel and unusual punishment. I think if Brittany had gone up for a 3rd week in a row for really absolutely doing nothing, I don't know. I think that would have broke that girl. And I'm not even being funny. Like, I'm not bullshitting. I'm not being funny. I think that would have broke that girl. So I was like, no, please no, no, please no. So after they talk to all of the people of the team or whatever, they're having a conversation, and they're like, well, listen, if Whitney is everybody's target, then why are we going to do their dirty work? Let them send Whitney home when it's their week. Let us send home somebody that we see as a threat, which of course everybody on the Kings is now looking at Hannah as a threat, except for Xavier. And Xavier was like, damn, I wish my team wasn't so smart, because that's actually the smart move. See, that's what I'm saying. We playing Big Brother here, okay? Because that's actually the smart move. If everybody else sees Whitney as a target, let them send Whitney home. We're HOH. Let us send home somebody that we see as a target this week, and we want to send Hannah. I said, damn, that was smart. Damn. So, also, let me say this. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit worried about Derek F. Derek F seemed to be very lethargic after they lost that HOH. And when it came down to the wild card, everybody was kind of in it and joking around or whatever, and he was really sitting on that couch very lethargic. He said that he's just really upset because they just seem to not be winning, and they just seem to be the house target, which they kind of are. And he just really wanted to win HOH to try to shift the power a little bit. But I'm a little nervous about it. I know that a lot of this stuff is spliced up. So we did see some moments where he seemed to be laughing and having a good time. But more than not, this episode, we saw him with his sunglasses on, very, very quiet and lethargic. And that just doesn't seem to be who his normal personality is. So we're going to keep an eye on Derek F, okay? Derek, it's okay, boo. Y'all team is down, but y'all not out, okay? Okay, boo? So the wild card game comes around. So once again, we're playing strategy. There's really not a whole lot of strategy here with the wild card game, because remember, you can only play once unless everybody on your team has already had a chance to play. And so we're sort of down to, it ain't really too many other people that can play at this point. So Claire's playing for her team. I don't know. She's on the Queens or Jacks shit. I don't know. Ozzy is playing for the Jokers because it's only her and Derek F that can play. And she was like, Derek F was like, I don't think I can beat Whitney, because they knew Whitney was going to play. Right. So they were, and again, you don't know what the game is. Now, this game, Derek F absolutely could have played, and he may have won. Who knows? But he damn sure would have done better than what Aja did, child. I don't know. I mean, I understood Aja's strategy, but the execution just wasn't that good. So we're getting ready to play, and like I said, those are the three people that are playing for their team. So we have, the game was one of those games where you have to get the ball and go down the little ramp and then go into the hole. That just didn't sound good when I said that. That didn't sound, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And Ozzy was going so slow. Her strategy was a good strategy. Her strategy was, we're going to move slow. We're going to move slow. We're going to move slow. The problem is she was moving so slow. Her ball damn near wasn't moving, okay? She was moving a little too slow. Just a little bit too slow. Then, so actually Claire ends up winning the wild card. Now, the twist, because there's always a twist. The twist for the wild card was, she could get safety for her and her whole team for this week, or she could guarantee safety for herself until jury. Listen, I know they had to build up the suspense and they had to turn this into a whole moment, but let's be clear, that's a no-brainer. And if anybody on her team were to get mad at her for taking that deal, then I'm sorry, you just a hater. Like, because nobody in their right mind in week 3 would turn down an option of having safety until jury, which means you are guaranteed to at least be in the jury house. If nothing else, that is more money. Y'all know they get paid per week. They get paid on this show based on how many weeks they stay on the show. So even if you don't win the money, if you stayed all the way through jury, you get a nice little paycheck at the end of all of this, okay? And it allows her to play this game in a way in which she doesn't have to be afraid of anybody for the next couple of weeks, right? Doesn't matter who HOH is. Doesn't matter whether your team has safety or not. So she took the deal, which, no-brainer. And her team seemed to actually genuinely be happy, Kylan and Tiffany. And they even told her, girl, if you ain't take that deal, I'd have been mad at you. There must be something where in the rules they can't say anything. Because I feel like they would have verbally said, girl, take that deal. Just like last week, not last week, the week before last, when there was a good deal on the table. And I feel like the team was like, girl, don't do that. So anyway, moving on, we get down to the nominations. Christian decides that he is going to nominate Whitney and Hannah. Now, he sort of had a conversation with Hannah, and I feel like he had the, you're a pawn conversation. But Hannah, don't you believe that? Don't you buy into that? Don't you lean into that? Because at the end of the day, I think they're okay with either one of y'all going home, if you want to know the truth of the matter. The good news is I really think Hannah has the numbers, because when you put in the cookout, and then Hannah is really cool with Derek X, who is on her team. I think if you, and again, you just never know how Big Brother goes. I think if Hannah doesn't win Power of Veto, I think she has a good chance of getting the numbers and being able to campaign to stay home. It seems like a lot of people were already irritated with Whitney before this. So this is going to be an interesting week of campaigning. The Power of Veto is going to be interesting. As always, please don't leave any spoilers in the comments. And I'll see y'all back here, tomorrow night? Peace.